Welcome again, keepers of light, and I call you that because you are just that, a keeper of light. So, the thing that you're reaching for is purity. It's beneficial to think of your existence as though you have on multi layers of clothing, and that purity is found after having shed all the layers of clothing that you have on. But the thing to know is that you may not in this 3D reality attain the source level experience of purity. The thing that makes you a light keeper is that you are here to take off more layers of impurity, more layers than others have the ability to, the access to doing. And so what you are about on a moment-to-moment basis, on a day-to-day basis, what you are about is the process of shedding and taking off these layers of protection, because what you have believed it to be is that you're protecting yourself, because at some point you recognize that when you try to access and explore and present to the world the level of purity that you came in with, which was a pretty high level of purity, that you were met with resistance to that, because, and it's simply because you had not shed these layers that you are now ready to shed. And the layers it could be defined of as any restriction you feel to your purpose, to being able to serve your purpose of keeping the light. The thing that we have strived to do, and that is the reality for so many human beings, is to be in defense of itself from the other. It is equal to saying that you are in defense of your purity from others who may keep you from experiencing it. What's also different now is that you are coming into your purity from the perspective of understanding who you really are. And it is because you have been willing to look at, that you are willing to look at who you are not, that you form clarity in who you really are. You're understanding that you are not your thoughts, that you are not your beliefs, that you are not your emotions, that you are not any of these, or any definition of reality that stands as a definition, that you are none of that. Your ability to step into this understanding, this deep understanding that you are not limited to the context of reality that is born from the construction that has been built as the structure of reality that has been created so far. Because you are able to see beyond and to experientially access the knowing of yourself beyond these. This allows you to go into any situation, any circumstance, in a way that is more pure as time passes. Because what you are doing is allowing yourself to come from to come at life from a solidified standpoint of knowing that love is the foundation to the access point of purity. Rather than lead with love, it is more generally accepted to lead in defense of love. And this then means that you do not allow yourself to come from the highest level purity love there is, because you have layered it with defense mechanisms. Many of which are displayed in the aspect of emotion. You've got shame and fear and doubt and disappointment and sorrow and grief and anger. All of these themselves highly energetic components of reality piled on top of each other in the way so as to come full circle with my original analogy. In the same way as to be layered as with how it would be were you to have thousands of layers of clothing upon you. The weight of that, the weight of and barrage of years of having accumulated this energetic pile of defense mechanism against simply coming from love. Because unfortunately, we are simply scared to allow ourselves, to allow love to be at the lead. Of our active response, our active existence. The message that I seek to share here with you is that you no longer need to defend love. You no longer need to live in defense of love. Because the way to access the tools that are waiting for you in order to fulfill your purpose for being are only accessible in your ability to trust. That love is not corny. It is not ignorant. It is not naive. It is not weak. And it does not need defense, even though that is what we have been told, what has been exemplified in our current reality. You are a light keeper because you have a strong access point to love. You came in with it, and it is now being reactivated in you at this particular moment in time, because it took until now for you to live the same path that other human beings are living. You had to experience the same level of energetic layers of covering up of love You had to experience that in order to now experience the joy of letting all of that go. The magnificence of it, the perfection of it. I'll leave it here. And I want to genuinely thank you again for tuning in, for being here with me in this moment, this beautiful moment of existence. Until next time.